And we're live. What's up, everybody? This is Bryson Fowler, Bosstalks on the Rooftop, and we are live. I have the greatest honor of having a special guest on here, and I'm gonna tell you why he's so special because the man's kind of brilliant, and he has a team with him. He has a lovely family behind him in the world of cigars. Mr. John Deans of Madre Tierra. What's going on, John?
Good afternoon, buddy. How are you today?
I'm good, brother. I'm good.
Good.
How'd you like the intro? I know the intro makes people feel like, this is a real interview.
Of course, you're a pro, man.
Man, I'm getting there. I'm a man that loves cigars. I love your cigars, by the way.
Thank you.
Guys, if you haven't had Madre Tierra, you have got to try them. One, you guys have a farm in Dominican Republic. Two, you guys have a factory. Three, the boss lady is a professional roller herself. And four, you are politically connected in Dominican Republic.
Yeah, we got a lot of things going for us. A lot of people ask, how we got so far, and if it wasn't for Juana and her brother, the cigar wouldn't have got off the ground. And yeah, everything's fallen in place. And not only do we have property in not just a farm, we have farms in Dominican. Her brother started. Yeah, her brother started in '83 in his backyard, and started growing tobacco and slowly making money. He bought some of the prime properties in Dominican before the explosion of the cigar factories like the LFDs and the La Aurora. Well, La Aurora was already there, but some of the bigger companies that have gone in Dominican. So he had bought up all the land that's got the great minerals, the water content, the perfect sunlight and everything. So we've had this property for 40 some years. And so he expanded a couple years ago and went into Ecuador. We were getting wrappers out of Ecuador. He loved them so much that he went out and bought a huge farm with another guy, and it's called Ecuador Tobacco. We're one of the biggest producers or distributors of bulk tobacco in Dominican Republic. Some of the people that we distribute to is LFD, La Aurora, La Galera, Afuente, Davidoff. We've been selling bulk tobacco to these companies for many, many, many years. And
got a bunch of heavy hitters in there.
Yeah, the big boys, the Dominican big boys. And then her brother decided to go out into. We're starting to use a lot more Lajero. So he went into Nicaragua. We bought some farms in Nicaragua for the Lajero. And we were really hitting it hard on the San Andreas. San Andreas was our first cigar. And I sold for a year and a half. We only had one line. It was a San Andreas.
Which I'm partially fond of right here. Can you guys see that? That's that San Andreas. You guys see how chocolatey that wrapper is.
That's our staple. And so her brother went in and bought the farm in Mexico that we grew the San Andreas. So now we own that too.
Oh, wow.
So we got 4 countries. I'm doing a collab right now with a guy. I got 5,000 cigars coming in from Panama. I got a Puro cigar coming out of Panama, completely from one farm. Filler binder wrapper, all Panamanian. We're going to 5,000 to test the market. And me and Juana talking about buying some property in Honduras. And I just have a collaboration agreement. We're doing the soil samples right now. We have 500 acres out of the Philippines.
I'm sorry, you said the Philippines?
Yeah. We're expanding rapidly, and we're trying some new things that people don't try. And Panama's they have tobacco out there, but like it's like Plasencia, maybe Rocky uses some, but they only use like 10-12% in their some of their lines.
Yeah,
ours is going to be a Puro, and we're going to be the only Puro out there.
Oh wow!
And yeah, so it's going to be called the Pride of Panama. by Madre Tierra cigars, and
That's beautiful.
yeah, and then the Philippines too. So 500 acres out of the Philippines is pretty strong.
Yeah, man. You
Yeah,
you you're just acquiring a bunch of land everywhere and growing tobacco.
yep.
With Panamanian tobacco, I think I've had quite a few cigars from Panama, and I must say I am over the world about it. Just because it has a very sweet, distinct taste and flavor to it.
And we got a sample pack, and I wasn't really fond of it. It was just average. It was okay. It would sell. I went back in and had the guy change it, and we added a Lajero to it.
Mm.
And I like the spice. I'm a spice guy, and the spice is selling really good right now. And we're having a good turnout of customers coming back because of the spice. So we added the Lajero, and he called me the other day. He's like, John, some of these cigars are just too strong. And I'm like, that's what I want. That's what I'm looking for.
So you
So
like a spice bomb?
yeah, I do. Yeah, I like it as strong as I can get it, and I haven't found one that kicked my ass yet. But my Corojo is pretty close. I
Yeah.
try not to smoke that during the day. That's usually my last cigar of the night.
Oh wow. See, I'm a very keep me cool kind of guy. I want something smooth. I like a lot of flavor, and if you take me on a journey, even better. But I'm like I like a little bit of spice. I'm not big on big pepper bombs or just spice bombs. Like don't blow my sinuses out.
Yeah.
Because I retro everything.
What's nice is that I've heard from, everybody's palates are different, of course. And we get a lot of reviews from people. Everything has been positive. And what the biggest thing they've come back with us is our cigar is not boring. It changes throughout the cigar, and you're like, what's next? Jesus. I mean, it's killing me because sometimes they can't even tell what's in it, and they're trying to pick that note or that flavor out, and they can't do it because it's already changed.
Right.
And yeah, and that was our whole aspect of it. We have a great master blender roller. Um, I wouldn't trade him for the world. He's just been so great to us. And anyways, next
No,
question.
I mean keep
Sorry.
going. Keep going.
I like to talk and stuff and everything. So
For me, it's like, okay, I'm a fan of business. I'm a serial entrepreneur, right? So a lot of people are like, hey, talk about cigars. I'm like, yeah. The sticks are the sticks. The business side, like especially where you see a lot of brands that go into the cigar business, and they're like, just finding cigars. Oh, we like this and we like that, but they don't really go in depth of understanding the business. You went from soil to factory to distribution to right in my hand, and like you got the full scale business side of it. Like,
yeah,
and what's so crazy is like the quality control. Like this San Andreas guys. Like if you guys look at this stick, that quality control and construction of this cigar, and I got two. He has the San Andreas and my personal favorite, guys, his Sumatra.
yeah, that's what
Let's
I'm
see.
smoking now.
I got a new camera. Y'all tell me if y'all into this? Because like I want y'all to see the
look at the color in it. It looks like a brindle dog.
Right.
Yeah.
You guys see that?
Where the sugar starting to turn into a starch, which is like 4 or 5 years of we've been fermenting that tobacco, and it's in that process where it's getting ready to be really super chocolate brown. But we're happy with what we got, and everybody, it's a winner. It is. It's an excellent cigar, and I go back to I don't put nobody down, no cigar lines, because even there's a couple lines out there that people always put down. I won't mention their name. They're huge. They're doing something right because people are buying their cigars. You want to sell me that business? I would take it because I'd be making money. And so everybody's got their own thing, their own gimmick, and this is our gimmick, and we're running with it, and it's been good, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Plus the people ask me, you sell to these big companies. Are they blackballing you? Are they trying to push you away? Are they, saying bad things about you or anything? The opposite. LFD, we sell the most tobacco to. Lito Gomez has been nothing but a brother to me and Juana. He grew up with Juana and Lizzo. They were kids together since 5-6 years old. Hochi Blanco from La Galera, same thing. Just been friends for life, and both of them are like, "What can we do to help you?" And they invited us to Pro Cigar. We went down. They don't invite manufacturers. Lito Gomez invited me and Juana. So they have a touring bus. If you know Pro Cigar, they take the buses from the hotel out to the venues to go the different plantations. And we went to Lito's the first day and LFD. And so we're like, what time we got to be at the hotel to get on the bus? Oh no, I have a private car for you guys. They're going to pick you up at Juana's mother's house. And so we took the private car. We had the private car the whole day. And just the treatment we get has been tremendous from these guys.
Yeah. And see, that's what I'm learning about this business, the cigar industry. It's very relational, right? It's, word of mouth is by far the best way to go. And then plus with all the social media restrictions and different platform restrictions against tobacco, they make this business very, very dependent upon relationships. And so for them to ask you, do they try and push you out? It's like, well, no, if you do good business, you got good quality product, it's more like, hey, come on in, brother.
Yeah.
Come on and let's have a real talk and let's see how we can continue to produce.
What are they going to triple? They're going to triple sales in the next 3 years. That's a projection. So these guys are not worried. They're already selling cigars. We're not going to put a dent. We're not going to put a dent in their market.
Right.
If anything, we're going to help them. We're going to bring more people to the Dominican market, which that's what they want. Bring more people to like the Dominican tobacco. So we're an asset. So
exactly, extremely right, because it's either Nicaraguan or Dominican, and then there's everybody in between, right?
Right.
And so when you're competing in that market, it's like, well, the more eyes we get on Dominican tobacco, the more they're going to try all Dominican tobacco, one way or the other. And I see that on the other side for Nicaraguan. It's like Nicaraguan tobacco on this side, because you have the Davidoff, you have the LFD, you have all of them are Dominican tobacco. Padron's Nicaraguan, Plasencia is primarily Nicaraguan. So you have those two big main staples on both sides of either country, right? And then you have you guys who are like really, really supplying and have the flexibility of being in multiple countries at once. And I think that is an outstanding position to be in.
And a good thing too with us is we can change on the fly. A lot of these, a lot of people go out and they sign contracts and they make up a blend, and let's say they buy 15,000, 20,000 cigars. Guess what? You're going to fill that fulfillment first before you can do another blend change. We can go in. I can go in tomorrow and change the blend. If something's not working, something's wrong, we find something that we have to correct, we can change it immediately where they can't. And that's been a plus. We haven't had any changes. We've had one, but it wasn't really, it's nothing that was bad. I originally had long story short, want to travel down the Dominican, and
make it long. We got time.
I was going down to I was going up to Indianapolis, for the Indy 500 because we were the cigar for the Indy 500 in 23. And when Juana came back, she had 4 cigars. And she goes, "Oh, our roller," and I'm not going to mention his name, but because he's very well known, um, he made 4 cigars special for me. And I'm like, "What is it?" And he goes, "A Habano." So I tried 2. My neighbor was here. He tried 2. I was like, "Oh my God." We called her brother and we're like, "Hey, go get 5,000 cigars made so we can test them and spread them out." And he's like, "What cigar?" He had no clue. And I'm like, "Oh, you got to go talk to so and so, the roller." And so, anyways, ended up being
Man.
our #1 selling cigar,
Wow.
and it was just a present. So I loved this so much. But when we were down in Dominican, probably 8 months ago, 6 months ago, they came out with a Habano Escuro wrapper. So I had a batch come out because we were using the Claro, and it was great. But when I changed it to the Escuro wrapper, I can't even sell the Claro now. Nobody wants it because they're just so mesmerized with the Escuro wrapper that they've gone crazy. And that's about 40% of all my sales is the Habano Escuro.
Wow.
We sell
Wow.
tons and tons and tons of them.
So what's been the biggest difference from going from well, no, I don't like that question. I like this question better because I'm biased to a San Andreas and Sumatra wrapper. What is like the intricacy difference that you can tell between the Oscuro versus your Sumatra?
Well, on the scale, if you would have put it on the scale, the cigar, I would have placed it like after my cigar first with the Claro. I would have put it right after the Rosado. So right at a medium. And when we changed the wrapper to the Oscuro, it jumped up to over the Sumatra. It's pretty much almost a full body because that wrapper has changed that whole cigar that much.
Mm.
So yeah, it made a and there's nothing wrong with our Sumatra. Actually, we like the Sumatra so much that we didn't go to PCA.
Wow.
And I won't get into the politics about PCA. I don't want to badmouth them on the screen. And just my opinion, and my opinion means nothing, but to me. But we decided to take that money and invest it in other areas. So we took the money and we bought a box company. So we have a new factory opening July 1st. So the
Wow.
box company, we're moving into our factory and we'll have it on location. And so we have that, and that'll help the business tremendously because they can go one-stop shopping, except for the rings. And I'm working on that too. Um, but we're bringing all that in there, and we went from 10 lines of cigars with 10 Vitolas, just 10. That's all we had. So
Mm.
now we're going to be at 29, I believe, in about 2 weeks.
So you got 29 SKUs, John?
And we're going to have 29 SKUs. Yeah. That's going to
God
be the same
damn
10,
it.
the same 10 core lines, but we're going to have torpedoes, box presses, 6x60s, Lanceros. We're changing it all up. We want to change it all around. And we didn't add any more tobacco lines, but we just said let's change the concept of each cigar because you know what, you smoke a Lancero and you smoke a Toro, it's going to be different tasting. You're going to have different notes, everything.
Completely different experience.
Yeah. So we're like, hey, that's 19 new cigars for us. So we're going to do that, and that happens in 2 weeks. I just ordered the whole bunch of them. They're being shipped next week. And it's going to be crazy. It's absolutely good. I'm going to go nuts. We are trying that.
Do
We
your
have
thing.
we have 9 core lines. I'll take that back. We are trying to change, not change, but we're going to add one more to make it an even 10 because we do have a La Fuma based cigar that is on fire.
Mm.
In Europe, we sell millions in Europe of these cigars every year, and so we have the 9. So we're going to go to the Cure. I always have a hard time saying that name. Criollo, Corojo. How you say that?
Coro-
Ah,
Corojo,
not the
Carrillo.
Corojo, but the
Oh,
Criollo.
Carrillo.
Yeah, you know
The
what I'm
double
talking about.
L's.
Yeah,
You gotta
yeah,
put the
yeah, yeah.
Spanish
I
in your
have
mouth. Go
my tongue's always
Carrillo,
tied on that. So
Carrillo.
yeah, so we're actually
I'm
going
from
to come.
Texas, so we got Spanglish going on. So that
So
kind of works
we
out for me.
are pursuing that, and we might add that to our line, and that'll be the
Okay,
last one
yeah,
that then we're going to hold off for a while.
yeah. So
So
I you're smoking. I'm not smoking yet. So chat. Which one should I go with? We got the Sumatra, we got the San Andreas. So you guys can see the names.
if it was me, I'd save the San Andreas for later, and I'd smoke the Sumatra. Sumatra's awesome. I mean, they're both awesome, but I'd smoke the Sumatra.
Like cheat code, I just finished up my Sumatra from my morning coffee this morning.
Then smoke the San Andreas. Then there
I
you
wanted
go.
to see what everybody else thought.
Yeah, go.
Because I'm like, you know what? I'll keep the same palette going or whatever. But since you twist my arm, see,
No, smoke the San Andreas. I didn't know you had one earlier.
yeah. I told you I still had some. I'm smoking them as I go, and I'm enjoying my journey with you. So with going into your business, right? I'm getting your business. I want to know your business a little more. What is it like keeping up with the quality control of this? Like I said, these are well constructed. You got 29 different SKUs. You just routed off like 10 different places that you have farms at. And then you also do mega business with all the other major players in the game. So how are you able to keep up with the quality control and the construction of
our employees are excellent. Her brother is actually, if you know, the Dominican cigars come from a region or a town called Tamboril. It's right outside Santiago, and 90% of the Dominican cigars are made in this town. He is the mayor, so we have the connection there for the politics, the political connection. So he's very strict. He's very hard on his quality. He actually travels before anything is harvested. He'll travel to Mexico. He'll travel to Nicaragua, Ecuador, and he'll inspect it himself because he's been growing since '83. He knows everything about tobacco. And then when he gives the okay, they harvest the tobacco. So we do a lot of if you'll go down to our factory and you'll see Juana and her brother have a lot of family members working for us. A lot of cousins, uncles, stuff like that. Now they also play a dual role. They're supervisors, but they're working supervisors. They sit there and the they pull the tobacco in, they turn it for the fermentation, they pull the veins, they separate, they do everything. And he likes it that way because, hey, I'm going to help you, I'm going to pay you more, I'm going to put you in a supervisor position. But it's not because you're a day of the cruise. You're a person, but you're going to work for it because I'm not giving you nothing for free. And he has such a good respect for that. And so our quality control is these people want to keep their jobs. So they help out. They see something wrong, they go straight to our plant manager. Been there forever. He's excellent. He's the right hand man. You see Lizzo, you see Ricky. Ricky's right with him. And so everything's taken care of. Whenever I call, they get scared. It's funny. Juan will call because none of them speak English, and they're like, "Oh, we got to fix this because John called." I'm a hard ass,
right?
I am, and I tell them straight out. I know all the cuss words in Spanish too, so I use them a lot, and they're like, they're afraid of me. So they're like, when John gives me an order, I better make it exactly what he says. So
you're rough like that.
Yeah, I'm rough on them, but I show the love. I do visit duty free, and I do bring them bottles of whiskey, and I bring them portable humidors, and I bring them presents and stuff. Everything I take care of them. So
Man, I mean, it's one thing is to be rough. It's another thing to be like overbearing. But
Oh,
like
I'm
the
not a
thing,
prick. I just only overbearing when I'm pissed.
yeah.
So, and they're like, I have to get this right so John doesn't get mad. So
So and also, I wanted to touch back on the PCA bit because I'm messy and I want to know because, like you said, you went and bought something else for your business, and I'm I'm always on the side of being strategic for your business. Because a lot of people are like, yeah, we want to get to PCA. PCA is great if you're gonna generate revenue for your business.
yeah,
Um, if it doesn't align properly with your business strategy, don't break the bank going to PCA, right?
PCA. I went last year. We had a booth, and I observe a lot. I didn't leave my booth. I worked it. I visited a few things, but I pretty much stayed there the whole time. The thing about PCA is it's a great format for your luxury cigars, your
Mm,
legacies,
yeah.
your companies have been in business for a long time. So the event starts, and I don't like their days. They do too. They do a Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Well, I'll go into that. So Saturday kicks off the first day. Everybody's walking around talking to your legacies, and they're getting their deals. How much, how much, how much. And they go through the whole thing. And there's a ton of people at this event, a ton of vendors. So they spend all day Saturday collecting their pricing. They come back in on Sunday, and Sunday they do all their buying. So they're sitting at tables, they're waiting their turn to get in, and they do all their purchasing.
Mm,
What happens? You're a businessman, and you have Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. You come in, you're taking that last flight out of New Orleans on Sunday night, and you're gone. So 75% of the people that were there are gone for Monday morning. Monday is set up for the boutiques
yeah.
because they've done all the legacy business and they're coming around. Well, if you have 75% less people, it's hard to
Mm,
sell anything to a lot of these people. We spent 27 grand last year, and I hate to say it, but we walked away with one deal on paper.
mm,
And you 27, you got to sell $54,000 worth of cigars to make that money back because
right.
you're paying for the space, and their spaces are very expensive.
Hmm.
This year, just the space and the membership is going to cost me like $8,000.
Right.
And the yeah, if I'm a legacy, it's great, perfect. But these boutiques, and they're finding out it's hard, and they had a big drop this year in attendance from the year prior, and the people just looked at it like I did. It's too much money to invest and not no return. So we decided to join TPA, Tobacco
Mm,
Products Association, and that's run by Ish, and Ish is the owner of BAM Cigars, and he rolls for 131 different companies. And he started this program 2 years ago. The first year was just basically organizational stuff, no added vendor or no added clients, people to join the group. This year they've been started trying to get enrollment going. They're up to over 200. They're throwing an event in Pensacola, October 1st, 2nd, and 3rd.
mm.
My booth went from $8,000 to $300.
Wow.
It's a big difference. Now
Huge.
and it's set up for boutiques. There will not be no legacies. And what's a boutique? I mean, I'm a boutique. I'm close to a legacy. I don't have the years, but we're selling that many cigars. But I still like being a boutique in name because I'm starting to see the trend where people are going into lounges. I can get a Rocky Patel. I can get a Padron. I can get a Davidoff at any lounge you go to.
Mm.
Show me something different. Let me smoke something I've never smoked before. What's your favorite? So that's the big thing about the boutiques and you're going to start seeing a lot more of it. And so this event is good. They've already almost sold out all the booths for the cigars. There's a few left. If anybody's interested, it's out there. It's TPA Rocks, TPA.rocks, and you can contact them. And they're going to open up vendors for like miscellaneous, like lighters and boxes and rings and stuff that will accommodate cigars.
Right.
Membership. If you're just a general member, it's $50 a year. If you're a consumer like me, an owner, a manufacturer, it's $200. It's in my budget. So they're trying to not make any money. They're just trying to get the word out there that there's a lot more things out there, and I'll probably get some backlash from this. I'm sure there's some PCA guys that are going to come on and badmouth me, but you know what? That's the way. That's business.
I don't see it as bad mouthing. It's
I didn't put them
honest.
down. I just said, for the boutiques, it's hard.
Yeah, that's a true statement, especially like with where you are as a brand. Like I tell a lot of people, like, look, great getting a cigar brand is cool, it's sexy, right? It's something you love to do, but you have to build the brand, you have to build the awareness, and jumping right out of the gate, if you got the money, hey, ball out.
Yeah.
But if you're a person that's like very meticulous, very strategic, that's why I call it strategic. With TPA being the new program, the new organization geared toward pushing boutique brands and really unifying a space for boutique brands to be successful and be seen, I think is a wonderful addition to the industry. It's not shade to PCA, because I mean the legacies are the legacies.
They have a meeting every Wednesday night at 8:00. You get on, you find out what's going on. When I joined PCA, the only thing I got was an email saying your dues are due and your PCA money is due. I didn't get anything extra until the event was like right there. And then they started pushing, you want to contact Shepherd to move your furniture. You want to contact us to do a promo. Everything is generated for more money. And so this PCA thing it is crazy. This TPA, the benefits they got. They have a web. If you join, you got a whole web page. You can put your whole web page on there for free. Now all the members in TPA can get in there. They get an additional 10% off if they order from you. The tobacconist license. Me and Juana are going to get the tobacconist license. We get the first two. It's $275. They're throwing in the first course included, and then the second course is like the consumer where you sell a wholesale retail ticket, for the tobacconist. It's $275. Well, since you joined PCA at $50, or me like $200, it's only $54, and you're going to get your tobacconist license from from the Tobacco Institute. So University of Tobacco, whatever, I don't know which one it is, but yeah, the main institute that justifies all the tobacconists.
Right.
Yeah.
So and I think that's phenomenal, because like education, there's always a cost to education, whether you put the time in and you walk the long life and go about talking to different people. But then if you have a university or an organization that is providing you with certified, unified criteria of this is the way of the industry, this is how you learn the difference and the nuances of tobacco, like learning the notes of a cigar and the wheel that they use, and being able to sell your product, because a lot of lounges, let's be honest, a lot of lounges don't know how to sell tobacco. And if you educate lounge owners on how to sell tobacco, there will be less pushback on like a boutique brand. Like a lot of lounges say, like, oh well, you know, the legacy, because everybody knows what
Sure.
who the legacies are, and that's why the PCA is built for that, because that's when you get the bigger deals or the best deals or whatever from the legacy brands. And then you see the boutique side, and it's like, okay, well, I don't I don't know the nuances of your product, what makes you better than this, or what do you bring to the game or bring to the table,
And I
um,
get and I
for
get
my
this
client.
question and I get this question a lot. Is like, if a new person walked into your humidor, what cigar would you suggest? And he's never smoked before. And a lot of these lounges, they'll get you a Padron or a Perdomo, or they'll get you Placencia. And you're going to pay $20, $30 for a cigar. They just looking for the money.
Mhm.
You know, you get in there, and you need to try the boutiques. You know, you can get a Madre Tierra, or um, Ironclad, a Haze Gray, Cigar Clowns. Dude, these are good cigars. And actually sometimes they're better because they have time, like us. Our quality control at the factory, we can watch it because we're making 5,000 cigars a day or 3,000 cigars a day, where they're producing 30, 40, 50,000 cigars a day. They're pumping them out as fast as they can. And they don't have the quality control. So these smaller companies, actually, the construction, the build, the draw is much better, I believe.
And so, what would you tell a new cigar brand, that's just starting out? Like, if they were going to source their product from you, what would you tell them would be the best way for them to get uh, their foot in the door with the market, so to speak?
If you have time, because this is a lot of time. Even with me, I mean, I'm not making any money. Juana owns the company, and her brother. I help Juana out, so I'm working for cigars,
Mm,
and we already have a retirement, and Juana owns a business, so I'm okay financially. If you're gonna do this as you want to sell cigars for a living, dude, you got a long road, and unless you got a market out there where you got, like, I had help. I got Lizzo, and I got, Hochi Blanco, and I got, Lito Gomez. I got all these people supporting us. Many of these people don't have that kind of background that they can get their cigars out. A lot of these new, if you want to make you a few $100 a month selling cigars, and that'll replace them, and you can smoke your own cigars, because most of these small companies, they're just going to be local.
mm,
They're going to sell to the 4 or 5 lounges that are in their area. It's hard to get out across the United States. It's a lot of travel, a lot of work, and you got a lot of cold calling. You got a lot of going in. You got a lot of cigars you're going to give away. You're going to be broke as hell, because these guys want to smoke it. They're not going to pay for nothing up front. You come into a lounge, hey, let me try your cigar. That costs money.
mhm.
You get on Instagram, you talk to people. Yeah, these guys get carried away. Oh, we got four people who make decisions. Send me 4 sets of cigars. I got away from that. Who buys the cigars? Tom. Okay, Tom, I'll send him 4 cigars. But I'm not going to send Tom, Dick, and Harry 4 cigars each, because that
Right.
costs. And you start doing this 100 different people a month. Yeah, you're going to be broke. So you got to have some deep pockets. You got to be able to get out on the road. It's I think a guy who's retired, maybe even early, like a military guy that's gotten out in his early 40s. Great time, great business, because you don't have to worry about paying your rent, your utilities, but you can go out and try to get out there. And Instagram, I tell you what, Instagram is a great tool. My
Mhm.
sales have driven so high in the last 8 months just because Instagram.
Yeah.
And I don't talk pricing on here. I push it. I try to push the brick and mortars. They can order sample packs from us, but then I sit there and say, after that, I want you to go to this brick and mortar and get them. And sometimes okay, the guy's out in Las Vegas. He's like, wow, there's no brick and mortars out here. Well, we do have one out there, but just using it for example, if we didn't have one, where do I buy? Well, we have a guy down in Tampa, Cigar Circus. He's huge. He's got 8,000 SKUs. He carries
Wow.
all 10 of my cigars. You can call him and he'll ship to you. So Dave Garofalo for Two Guys, he carries our cigars up in the New Hampshire area. Call Two Guys. They'll send you cigars. And you know, everybody can get cigars in 2 or 3 days now. You can go on Cigar Page, this and that. I won't go there,
Right.
you know, but the brick and mortars is a big deal. And like you said, it's for somebody that's looking to make millions of dollars, dude. It's going to be hard. There's too many companies out there.
So with that being said, why cigars? Like, John, you could have did anything in the world. Why you in cigars?
It's weird. But when I first started dating Juana, her brother would give me 2 or 3 bundles of cigars, and I'd bring them home. After about a year, Juana moved up here with me, and we got married. And the first 5 years, I probably had 30, 40 bundles of cigars in my closet, on the counter. I didn't even know what a humidor was. And we didn't even smoke. Me and Juana didn't smoke. No cigarettes, no nothing. I chewed tobacco, and but nothing smoking. And after COVID, I opened up a bag or a bundle one day, and I tried it, and I was like, "Damn, this is pretty cool." And Juana tried it, and that's what got us started. Now we're hooked, and it's fun because we're at that point right now that we're not bougie, but we're getting bougied. We show up, and the people, they buy us drinks, they invite us to come, they might get us a hotel, buy us dinner, because they're like, hey, come up and do an event. And Juana rolls. That's tremendous. Juana rolls, and our crowd went from, you know, we went to one event in New Hampshire, and we started trying to sell the cigars, and it was not going so well. About an hour later, Juana started rolling. We sold 1,700 cigars that day.
Oh wow!
In one night.
That's
Because
insane.
Juana's the fucking queen, or from here, the freaking queen of the show.
Yeah.
She puts on a good show. She talks to people. She does Instagram. She does all our content, all our videos, and she works her butt off. She owns a hair salon. She works in a hair salon all day. So she does double duty. And if it wasn't for her, we wouldn't be nowhere. So, but the cigars is cool because they had a saying I heard from LFD when I was down there. Lito said, if every country, every leader would smoke a cigar, sit down at a table together and smoke a cigar, we'd never have a war. Because when you sit down and have a cigar, you forget about all the politics. You forget about all the BS. You forget that you're sick. You forget that somebody's sick. It gives you that hour to relax and enjoy yourself. And if everybody could just take that hour a day and unwind, because there's a lot of people that can't unwind. We do an event down in Miami at PBR, Professional Bull Riders Association. They got a country bar down there, and we're the authorized vendor to sell cigars for all of them in the United States. And we go down works with Concerned Veterans of America, and they help veterans after they get out of the military with their benefits and stuff. So we teamed up with them, and we go down the first Friday of every month, and we hand out cigars for free to vets and active duty. Some of these guys got PTSD. They've been injured. They have issues and problems financially and everything, and they struggle day to day. And that one day they come to see John and Juana. They go down there and they want to see us and have that cigar and get that free drink, and it gives them that couple hours to get away from reality. And I think that cigar brings a lot of people together. You know that.
John, that sounds amazing. And I want you to know this cigar is really distracting me right now. Because it started out with a little touch of pepper, right? And then now I'm into the second, third, and I'm smoking it down, about to get to the band, and then it just smoothed all the way out, and now I just have nothing but a coat of sweet. I want to say it's like a maple syrup type of feel to it, because at first it had a little touch of like a hint of leather with cocoa, and then it got to this part, and now I'm confused.
That's what's good, because now you're going to want another one, because you're going to say, "What? I have to like go back to this because something's there." And that's what I wanted, and I drove into them. We needed. You're perfect the way you said it. It's confusing, and it's confusing on a good note, not a bad note.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like if you notice, I've been retroing the entire, guys, those tuned in, I've been retroing the entire time, because I want to engage my palate. I want to get the notes, and I really want to enjoy the stick, and really like let my mind really get into the conversation, and let my mind really let the cigar really talk for me. And I've been showing the ash off, because we're stacking dimes right here. And then that burn rate has been even all the way around. So it's a well constructed stick. And John, it's a damn good stick, man. I'm glad I did the San Andreas on this go around, because the Sumatra, I already know I love the Sumatra, but like now it's like I know, like I'm not gonna gravitate to either one. It's just I'm gonna pick one, and I know
you're gonna be happy.
I'm gonna be happy with it. And, John, I wanted to talk bad about you on live while we were here, but now I gotta like you.
I take all criticism equally. There's going to be bad and there's going to be good, and we've had a lot of good. A lot of people have supported us. Look at my following on Instagram, and I'll tell you, I was talking to somebody earlier about it. You know, we have a little group that I started 6-8 months ago, and it's built up to over 100 people, and all the way from Turkey all the way to Japan, and they come on at different times of the day, and they get on here and talk, and everybody smokes, but almost every single person in that hour or 2 hours that they're on with me will pull out a Madre Tierra and smoke it. Where do you see that? You got other brands out there, and they talk and do stuff and everything. They don't pull their cigars out. They're smoking a Rocky Patel, or they're smoking a Davidoff, or they're smoking whatever. And we've been blessed. These guys follow us. But I take care of everybody. Everybody that's in my circle, I support them. I take care of them. I give them great deals on cigars. I want them to, we're friends. We're trying to visit everybody. We're actually working with a guy, his tap on stuff out of Memphis, Tennessee. And he's legally blind, and his partner's blind, and he's a big smoker, and he works for a hemp company. He's like a manager of 15 states. He's got a great distribution with all the vendors, and everybody wants to help him. So he's coming out with a line of cigars. So he had an event coming up on Saturday, and he talked to me, and he's like, "What are you doing Saturday?" And I go, we got something going on. Anyways, I got it changed. I called him up and I said, "Hey, we're coming up there." And he's like, "Oh my God, it's going to be so cool that we're going to have Madre Tierra cigars at our event." And I said, "No, you're not. You're going to have me and Juana there, but we're bringing your cigars that you wanted to do." And I made some generic rings because I couldn't get them printed in less than 5 days. So I made some generic rings, and we're going to showcase Blind Guys Cigar Company this Saturday. And it's going to be their first event. And he was like, "You're kidding me." So we do this stuff. We help people. Juana's brother says, if you make a quarter, you're making money. I'm not out to break the bank. I want everybody to enjoy a cigar. I like to see, and even not just me, not just mine. If everybody could smoke 2 or 3 cigars a day, some people can't afford it. Some of these cigars are expensive. They smoke 1 a week because it's not in their budget. We're trying to change that.
Yeah, and I can appreciate that because you can make the cigar as expensive as you want to be, but who all are going to be able to enjoy that?
I do a couple quick plugs if you don't mind.
No, go right ahead.
Yeah, we got Brian Martin, the Cigars Ash. He is out of South Carolina. He's doing a cigar event on June 5th of next year. You can contact him on the Cigars with that Ash on Instagram, and they're going to have 40 cigar vendors, and they're going to do a big outdoor event for cigars. You got Smoky Justice, which is Ralphie. You know him.
Ralphie.
He's down at Ralphie.
He's in the chat, by the way, on IG. Ralphie, what's up, baby?
In Bern, Texas, right outside San Antonio. His new place is opening July 17th, and Juana's going to be there for the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and it's going to be like a Madre Tierra grand opening for his new lounge. And we're going to be his feature cigar. We did 5 new lines for him for his house cigar. And so we're going to be there, and on and on and on, the TPA event. And I'm just trying to spread the gospel. And I'm not a religious guy, but I'm spreading the gospel of cigars. So
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
But so with TPA, guys, TPA is doing their event October 1st through the 3rd in Pensacola, Florida. So I'll be in Pensacola, Florida this weekend, actually, because Pensacola Cigar Weekend is going on. Make sure you get your tickets. The VIP is sold out. But let Doc know that a guy that sent you should, and the hospitality will be there. So, and that's the other part about cigars, right? Just bringing us together and able to just really have this camaraderie that we normally wouldn't have if this wasn't unifying. So I love the fact that we were able to get together and you have a damn good product, man.
Thank you.
It's one thing if you had an okay product, I'd be like, maybe we'll talk about.
And that's the thing. There is a lot of okay products out there. There are a lot of okay smokes, and you can enjoy them and stuff and everything. But to have something that just a little different, little off the wall.
Yeah.
Our Candela that we got out. A lot of people don't know about our Candela right now. Our Candela has been on fire. Lorna, the cigar queen, she got on the other day and she did a review on my Candela, and I get reviews and stuff, and I'll get like 200 hits, 300 hits, and I'm like, woo, I'm so excited, right?
Yeah.
And that takes like 1 week to get 200 or 300 plays. She got 11,000 hits on my Candela in 8 hours.
Hey, Cigar Queen is just that. Lorna be on her ish, man. She
is dynamite.
She's big time. She know what she's coming about.
She's coming to TPA too. She's coming down to hang with us.
Oh, love that.
Yeah,
love that.
So,
we'll all be in the same building at once. Shout out Leaf Cutters. Leaf Cutters just joined the chat. So with you said something about the gentleman that's blind. I really want to. I don't want to know like exactly what that's like to be blind, because I like what I see, but I can only imagine that his sense of smell and taste has to be out of this world.
Yeah, it is. And what we're trying to do with him,
I would make him my professional taste tester on cigars. Like, tell me what notes you get.
Yeah. He's remarkable. He does a lot of content for us. He takes still pictures, the best pictures in the world of these cigars, and he's blind. And I'm like, how in the hell do you do this?
How'd you do that?
It's crazy. The guy is phenomenal. And but what we're trying to do is open the eyes. There's a lot of handicapped people out there, not only blind but deaf and other handicaps. And there's no you walk into a humidor. He tells me all the time he walks in a humidor and nobody helps him. And so we're trying to do something different. I don't want to give away all my secrets, but we're going to make it where the handicap can come in and they can actually they're going to be able to find the Madre Tierra cigars through their app on their phone. And they're going to be able to hit the QR code on the cigar, and it's going to pull it up, and it's going to have a voice, and it's going to say, hey, you just picked up a Madre Tierra. Here's the breakdown of the cigar. Here's where you can get it from, everything. Da, da, da. We're going to give us a little story on it. And so we're going to try to change that market and try to help it, because he's got one guy that's totally blind, and he's his partner. He walks into a humidor, he picks out 5 cigars, and the guy will help him, whatever, and he'll pick out the 5 cigars. Well, guess what? When he goes home, he don't know what cigars are which. He can't see.
Right.
So he grabs a cigar. He might, at wanting his coffee, he wants a Rosado or a Connecticut, and he pulls out a Corojo or a San Andreas. And you already lit it. You're going to smoke it. That's not what he wanted. So we're trying to change that for these people, that they can actually recognize the cigar through your phone and make it easier for the consumer.
Put the bands in Braille?
No, they actually, I thought that was a great idea, but the Braille is actually, and we got on with a girl from a university up there, and she's a professor and one of his best friends, and Braille's almost gone. Everything is taught with the phone now. Everything's done. The phones read. They can hold the phone up and they can read books. They can read literature. They can do all that stuff, and they translate it back to you in real voice. Wow. So there's a lot of new technology out there that she's like, Braille is a dying breed. It's pretty much not even taught anymore.
Just like cursive. But that's insane to me, because if your phone is dead, you can't read. You you're now completely dependent upon your phone, and if your phone is dead, you're illiterate. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I am.
So it really doesn't make it.
I couldn't even say criollo, or I still can't say it.
Criollo, no, that's not how it's. No, that's not it. That's not it. So that's what the part of trying to be too tech savvy and too tech dependent really just kind of drives me insane. Because it's like you're not only, you're handicapping them in another way as well, in a sense.
And we're not doing this only to advertise or push the Madre Tierras. We're actually want to get it out there and show people and show the numbers and how much we're selling, so that the Rockies and the Padrones and the Drew Estates will see it and be able to do something too, to access their cigars for these people too. Because it's not just about me. It's about everybody. Because not everybody is going to like a Madre Tierra. They like their own stuff. But to be able to go into a lounge, into a humidor, and find something, and we want to try to help with that technology. And we're working on it pretty hard.
Yeah. And so that's the thing. Where you lead the charge on it, like everyone will follow.
And I think a lot of people have a problem with that, because they don't want to invest a whole section or a lot of extra money into something like this. If something is done for them and it's something that they can bring into their system relatively inexpensive to help out another part of the cigar buying industry, why not? And that's what we're trying to do. We want everybody to come on board. I don't care. Everybody is going. There's so many people smoking out there. We all have a share in this together.
Very true. Yep. Very true. So next question. This is a cigar question. It's really near and dear to my heart. If you were going to leave a lasting impression on someone, what cigar would you gift them to them?
Of mine?
Anyone.
I
If you wanted
get
someone to like you, what are you giving them?
my Habano girl. That thing is on fire. That's really set up. That cigar is really set up where a novice smoker or somebody that's well into their years in smoking, both sides of the spectrum will enjoy that cigar. And I think it's something very special. It throws you for a loop, and I think that's the cigar I would push on them. And I think they, after smoking that, they're gonna say, "Golly, what's his whole line taste like? If this is that good, what's the rest of these cigars like?" And that's what I want. I want them to come back. I want them to buy another one.
Mm. So, John, what are you smoking on this live right now?
I'm smoking the Sumatra. Oh, sorry. The Sumatra. I've changed. I go a couple months and then I try to change it out. But I do smoke a lot of my friends' cigars. I'll smoke these for a couple days, and I'll smoke the 325s, which is from Noah, and the Ironclads from Randy, and even Sean from Mature Legacy has sent me cigars. I smoke those.
What do you like from Sean? That's my guy.
Well, Sean's an easy one to fix on which cigar you want. You either want the Habano, the Habano, the Habano, the Habano, or the Habano.
Right.
He's got 5 Habanos. So
right.
Yeah, so it's
and see, for me, from his line is my fortitude. The fruition I smoke when like I'm out and about, but the fortitude, that's my stick from his line.
I like that one too. And he has approached us too. They're getting ready to come out with a new San Andres. And he's actually in contact with Juana's brother on buying wrappers from us. And because they're out of Dominican, and we got an abundance of San Andreas, and we're gonna hook him up. Nice. So we don't mind sharing the wealth. We don't, because one of these days I'm gonna need Sean's help. Right. I hope not today or tomorrow, but years down the road I might need a favor, and maybe he can help me out.
Right.
So,
and we hope it's a favor that it's not I need it right now, but it's still right. Like, hey, a friendly favor, because we want things to go great,
sure,
good, and go back to great again.
Yep.
So, how can we find you? How can we connect with you? How can we experience your cigars?
Madre Tierra Cigars.com has got all our phone numbers, all of our Instagram. You can click on, get it on the Instagrams. Now, we have several Instagram accounts, and I kind of got on Juana about having so many accounts, but as you know, Instagram, you do something wrong, they cut your hours down to 1, and now I got one page that's saying that I violated community standards because I was on too long. I didn't even do anything. I was just talking, and they said you're on too long. So now I'm on probation for talking too much. And
you're hogging up all the airwaves.
So on our website, and our website is set up. We don't have pricing on the website. You can contact us for pricing. The reason we took the pricing off, I went to New Hampshire. I met with 4 big owners, a combination of about 12 to 14 different lounges between the 4. And I had a deal worked with them, and their question came out, "Are you online?" And I'm like, "Yes." And they're like, "You have pricing on it?" And I said, "Yes." And they said, "Okay, thank you. This meeting's over." And I'm like, "Excuse me?" And they're like, "Well, if you're online, we don't want to have your cigars in our lounges." And I'm like, "But you guys are online." And they're like, "Well," so Tom walks in and he buys a cigar for, I'm just going to throw a number out, $15. and he buys your cigar. Now, first thing he's going to do is say, wow, I like this cigar. He's going to go home and get online. And he's going to research it. Everybody does it. And now he looks online and says, wow, I can buy this cigar for $10 from Madre Tierra. I'll never go back to that lounge and buy Madre Tierras. I'll buy something else, but I'm not going to buy Madre Tierras because I can get them from these guys for a hell of a lot cheaper. We understood what they were saying. We didn't know that at the beginning. And so we said, okay. So we went back home. We had a little conference and we figured it out. We redid our webpage, got rid of the pricing, and we went back up to the same 4 guys. And now I'm in 15 lounges up there.
Wow.
Just by taking the pricing off. So if you're going on there to look for pricing, we don't have it. You can call me. I'll talk to you. Or I'll send you to a right place, a brick and mortar, and they'll hook you up. But it's works for us. Now, if you're a smaller company, we were talking about that, how you're going to make it in the industry. Yeah, some of these smaller companies are going to have to do pricing online because they got to generate a bigger market and they got to get out there and they got to have the pricing. And I can see it, but they're not going to be. We're trying to be in every state by December 31st, and I'm over halfway there.
Oh, nice.
We're over halfway there. We're in. I think now we're up to 12 countries in Europe and the Middle East. We're in Asia. We're in South America, Central America, and we're in 5 continents and about 25 different countries and 27 states right now.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. It's growing. It's growing tremendously. Now I got to get some money because I'm in debt out my yin yang. So it costs a lot of money to do this. It does. And
it does.
It's not like going out and playing softball and you buy a bat and a ball and a glove and you can play for 5 seasons with it. You got to go out and you have to have chains, you have to have boxes, you have to, people don't realize, they always hound me. Well, I can buy a cigar for this. And I'm like, I got to ship it. Now I'm worried, not worried, but the fuel prices have gone up. So my shipping's going to go up and tremendously it's going to go up. And then you got the tariffs and you add all that stuff and everything. And some of these smaller companies are going to feel the pinch. We're not changing our pricing.
Right.
We're leaving it alone. And, a lot of people say, oh, I'm changing my pricing. I'll throw Nicaragua in there because they raised the tariff. It was 10%. And then they popped another 18%. And now they're still not out of the woods yet. They could go to 100% January 1st. And boots on the ground are telling me that it's going to happen. And I feel for them. I'm sorry. It's just they're caught up in it's not the tobacco industry's fault. It's the automotive and the textile industries down there that are causing the problems. It's just that when, all for one for all, you get sucked into it. And I feel for these guys. But they're like, oh, we have a sudden increase of our cigars and it's only temporary. I had never seen cigars go down. They always go up. If you raise the cigar $2 or $3,
prices
they're not
always
going to lower it $2 or $3. Yeah,
right.
It ain't going to happen. So,
yeah. So I mean, the prices are the prices, but they're making you be more creative.
Yes.
Like the different pressures and different events that's going on in the world. It's making you be more creative and more strategic.
I see a lot more
and I commend
sales
you
now
on being able to do that.
I see a lot more people online now that are smoking the factory smokes, the fumas, the cheaper cigars. They're smoking more of those during the day. They might have a quality cigar for dinner, or the last cigar of the day, but during the day they're smoking the $4, $5, $6 cigars. And I see a lot more people doing that because the economy is terrible right now. It really is. And it's not just us. It's throughout the whole world. The economy is hard.
Well, the jig is up. Like the that trick a long ago was like, the more expensive the cigar is, the better it's going to be, and it's like that trick and myth has been debunked, because like some smokes, $5 cigars are better than a lot. And like I talked to a lot of the lounge owners, and those that really care about their house blends smoke a lot better than the legacy brands that they're pushing.
I know. There's a lot
I'm
of
like, my God, like when I go to a lounge, most of the time I buy the house blends. One, it puts more money in the lounge's pocket, right? Because they make better margins on the house blend. So guys, if you go to a lounge, they have a house blend, and you're trying to support the lounge, get your normal stuff, but also get that house blend as an extra bonus to support the lounge, because the margins are in the house blends for the lounges. They really took their time to pick a blend that was going to represent them as their lounge. So I'm one of those people that like, okay, well, I see entrepreneur, you're in my community, you're in my area. I come to you when I don't have cigars, which very few and far between times that I'm not.
And they can keep the prices down, but I know everything's going up, but they keep the prices down on those house blends because a lot of them are made in the United States. They bring tobacco in and they make them in the United States. They're not paying for cellophane. They're not putting rings on them. They don't have to pay the customs charge and stuff or anything. So you're getting a cigar with no ring on it. You can't smoke the ring, and you're getting a good cigar. You know, I smoke house blends all the time. Yep.
So there's nothing wrong with it. And then so like seeing people smoke like $5-6 cigars, it does matter what company you go with to get those cigars, because that is a telling. Like a Madre Tierra, a $5 or $6 stick for Madre Tierra is gonna smoke probably just, well, if not better than a $30 stick from anybody else. So
it's like our Lafumas. I got it right now. If you order it through us, without going to, I don't have a lot of Lafumas out into the lounges, but you're looking at right at $3 a stick delivered. So you buy a bundle for $75 and you're getting 25 cigars. I mean, golly, and it's all premium tobacco.
Premium.
Yeah, and you heard where we're at. So you're not getting junk. You're not getting floor sweeping and hairs and toilet paper and stuff in your cigars. You're getting some good stuff.
Right.
So, yeah.
Some phenomenal stuff right there.
We sold 2 million last year in Europe.
John, shut up. No, you didn't.
Now, I don't get none of that. That's her brother's deal. That was his deal. But for the name of our company, we sold 2 million of the Lafumas in Europe last year.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's really moving though.
Yeah.
As a company,
that's a great cigar.
Yeah, that's major moves.
Yeah.
That's major moves. So John, I appreciate you. I'm not going to take up any more of your time. Like we'll talk a little more after this, guys. This has been our hour of 15. This is Madre Tierra cigars. I have smoked the San Andreas. I have smoked the Sumatra. The San Andreas I have smoked on live here today, and it's a damn good stick. The transition is phenomenal. The construction is beautiful. Go to MadreTierraCigars.com. Go to his Instagram, like, subscribe, share. Buy some cigars. You won't be disappointed, I promise you. Bosstalks on the Rooftop. Remember to hit the subscribe button if you're on YouTube. Hit the follow button if you're on Instagram. TikTokers, do your TikTok thing. And you don't stop. And Facebook, make sure you follow. Remember, storms don't last, but your home should. Peace. Till fingers.